my name's Sylva. Well, I guess the business name was Orleans Nevin Russell Student Painting and Staining. And obviously we did some painting work and staining work.
Cool, man. So for you, what challenges were you facing with your business before joining the mastermind?
Yeah, I mean, so I guess the year before I joined, I had, done a lot of Facebook and, unsuccessfully done Facebook. So, put a lot in, got a lot less back. And at a certain point, I kind of just gave up. So, it's just, there was no point of keeping with the Facebook if I wasn't getting anything back. So I kind of had to, go more hands-on, more door-to-door, which, took a lot of my time away when, I could have just used Facebook instead.
Yeah. And what ultimately made you decide that you wanted to join and to get some extra support with it?
Yeah, I mean, I had a coach kind of just mentioned to me that, this program exists where, someone can actually give you or, give you coaching, give you templates, give you, just ways on how to have a better Facebook page. Um, and so, I mean, it kind of helped me out a ton. I was able to delegate a ton of my business, and, just not have to constantly be hands-on, which helped it a lot in my business and generally everywhere else other than marketing. So I could, do a lot more recruiting. I could do a lot more sales. And so that's kind of what made me want to do this more.
Yeah. And what hesitations did you maybe have about joining initially? Like before you actually got into it, was there any
Mhm.
hesitations that you had?
I mean, obviously there's always a hesitation. You see something, anything that costs money, you're gonna be like, all right, let me really look into this. So, you go in, you see what other people have done. I mean, it also, you were always saying, we can work together to get to that, 40K or however that mark is. But, at the end of the day, it actually did, you were helping me throughout the entire time, but that I didn't know that. So, yeah, the hesitation, I guess, yeah, mostly just the price tag and really, it's not a huge price tag compared to the other ones, um, with, the amount of return I got back. So yeah, that was pretty much it. And obviously I had to get to know who you were before I even invested into it.
Yeah. And after being in it for this past year, what aspects of the mastermind did you find most valuable for you? Was it the additional training? Was it the templates? Was it the community kind of like helping you out? Or
Mhm.
was it the personalized support?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the backbone of it was really just you being able to place everything in one place for us to, take those templates, put them in. Um, but there, you can do that. That's super easy and you can figure that out on yourself. But having you being able to kind of go in and look at my, my templates and see, yeah, this is not working at all. Um, and then well just changing in the next couple of days you get a lot more leads, a lot more clients interested. Without that I probably wouldn't have made it to the amount of sales I had with Facebook.
Yeah. And how much roughly were you able to book using what you've learned?
I'd say roughly around 35 to 40,000 just from Facebook.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And roughly how much do you think you spent on ads?
I'd say on ads roughly around 45,000, 4 to 5,000.
45,000. Yeah. That's a bad.
Crazy return.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And how did your mindset or approach to marketing your business change after you joined, after you started to see like, oh, you actually can book some work through Facebook. It doesn't all have to be door to door or word of mouth. How did that change things for you?
I mean, it kind of made me think that I don't have to be, the brute force guy. I can actually just, make a bunch of ads, put them on Facebook, share them to community groups, share them to friends who can then share them to their friends. It doesn't have to be something that you're spending 3 hours on. It's a lot more efficient than going door to door. And usually, you don't need to pay anyone to do it other than, just your own time.
Yeah. Cool. And most contractors join because they want to be able to book more work for their business. But obviously, there's a lot of options that are out there. They could pay a marketing agency to do it for them. They could pay per lead on a site like Thumbtack, Angie, Homestars. They could try to figure this all out on their own, or they could obviously join the marketing mastermind. For you, what do you think makes the marketing mastermind stand out from the different options that are out there?
Yeah, I mean, I I spend the starting fee and not a dime after that. So regardless of how well I did or how poorly I did, I didn't have to pay you more money because, you're not leeching me from my profit. So after every job, I kind of just, this is my profit and doesn't go to anyone else. So I think overall, if I only have to spend it one time and I also have access to you all the time, I could have called you and you would have set up a time with me anytime and you wouldn't have charged me $50 or whatever it is. It's all included. You don't really, you can take whatever you can take. And, if you have the time, usually you're able to help.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. So, without revealing too much, for the amount that you invested to join the marketing mastermind, would you say that it was worth it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Not even like the money wasn't even like like after all the jobs were done, the money didn't really, or the starting investment didn't really cost me anything at the end of the day compared to the amount of time I saved. So I would literally recommend it to anyone. Um, yeah, there's no doubt that it's well worth it.
Appreciate it. So, if somebody was watching this, they're sitting on the fence, they're like, should I join? Should I not join? Should I get some help with this? Any final words? Like, what would you tell that person?
I mean, if you'd like to keep your money and you like to save time and you want to have control of your own Facebook page and you want to know how to actually do it, because the other places, they're just gonna do it for you. But I actually learned how to run a Facebook page, um, you know, client interactions for Facebook, how to actually keep a client interested on Facebook. I learned that all through this. And there's no doubt that I would definitely recommend it for sure.